Welcome back to Blazer Bites. I'm Eddie Espinoza, your host, and today is our last episode. We have some of our senior representatives here, but today I am also a guest as we are handing off our host to Ryan Louderback.
I'm the new host. Let's go. So, can you guys start by introducing yourselves?
Okay. I guess I'll go first. My name is Maddie Shong, and I am the senior class president at Gardner Edgerton.
My name is Claire Weatherford, and I won prom queen this year.
And I'm Eddie Espinoza. I'm the old host of the Blazer Bites podcast right now.
Yikes.
Here we are. Yeah.
All right, and you guys your first year of high school was the COVID year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Could you elaborate? Do you have any funny stories about anything like that, or?
So yeah, it was 2020 when we started that August, but we didn't actually get to come into the school for the first time until February.
It was like March.
Well, so I had actually gone to Michigan, and I stayed with my grandma in Michigan for a month and did all my school there. And I was there when they announced that we were going to get to come back. So that's when I ended up flying back to Kansas to come home. So yeah, it was right before spring break was when we started coming back. And then after spring break is when we came actual full time, because we were just doing the every other day for a while.
The hybrid.
Yeah.
It was so bad. We went to school twice a week.
It was kind of bad, because the hybrid was really weird. It was just split into last names, so I wouldn't get to see half of my class, and it would just be me and maybe two other people in my honors courses because of our last names. So it was just a little awkward and a little not what I thought high school was about.
I remember once I got on the bus to go to hybrid, and I was like, these people aren't the usual people that I have on my bus. But when I got to the school, I was like, oh yeah, it's the wrong day. You're not supposed to be here today. So I had to call my dad from work to come pick me up, and it was not very good.
Yeah, it was really confusing. I had some classes where there would be no guys in the class, or I'd be the only girl in the class. The way the alphabet ended up working out, yeah, it was weird, and no one talked at all. It was just silent all the time.
Yeah, freshman year was low-key a blur. I don't remember much of it anyways.
4 football games for the entire season. It was not good.
I watched the football games from my phone, because you couldn't watch them anywhere else, and they were so blurry and small.
Oh goodness, I was in 8th grade. I got lucky with the COVID years.
COVID really did take away our 8th grade trip. I was so excited for what was the fun. Low-key, all of the the tie-dye rainbow bucket hats. I was I'm so gonna spend $80 or whatever it is to get one of those, because those were such the hype.
Oh yeah. It was a trend.
Miss
Taylor,
yeah. In 8th grade, she did a little snack cart, and we all brought so much money, and we would buy snacks every day. And we used all of our money to buy
tickets for World
yeah.
Fun.
And so we had saved up money so that our tickets could be technically free or really cheap, rather than
Yeah, our tickets
paying
were
up front.
10 to 15.
And then they didn't get to use it, so
I don't know where the money
sad
went.
day.
You guys didn't get the money back.
Unfortunately.
You weren't here when.
I moved here in November from New Mexico, and then I went to school for a week. Then it was Christmas break. Then I came back to school for for a month. Then spring break happened, and then COVID happened. So I basically went to school for 2 weeks. I didn't do anything here.
Yeah, that was weird.
What is your favorite school activity out of the whole time you've been at Gardner Edgerton?
I would say being a football manager or being a part of student council. I am a diehard football fan, and honestly, my whole life, with my family, just revolved around sports and football, especially. That it definitely changed my whole perspective of life, and has, kind of been the reason why my career path has kind of changed.
I would definitely say being a football manager too. This year was really fun. Last year was fun, but this year was really, really good. And my little brother, he's a freshman. He got to get brought up for varsity practices, so that was fun because we ended up getting to go to the state game together. So it'll be fun to see him get to play the next few years. But it was also fun to have a year where we were both kind of involved in a similar thing, because I literally never see him at school ever. So that was fun though. Football managing was really, really fun.
Well, we're gonna go 3 for 3 for football.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being a state champ.
I was here when Coach O was first the coach, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared of Coach O. But me and Coach O were low-key besties. We would joke around. He would say some stuff and be like, "Oh, don't listen to the boys," blah blah this and that. I was like, "Oh, Maddie, why did you say that?" And I'm like, "Bro, I didn't even say anything."
On the football podcast, you should have heard Braven and Gabe and Wit. All they were like,
Coach was so scary. Like, I thought he was goofy. He's such a goofy goober. Like, people may not see him like that, but like, he is such a goofy goober. Like, if you really get to know him, and I think it might just be from like an outside, like, non-football player, but like, he was Loki a great coach and Loki a great person.
Yeah. He was definitely the kind of coach though that'd be like yelling at the boys and then turn around and be like, "Sorry, girls," and then be like super
Yes!
sweet. Yeah. And the boys be like, "He's so scary." No, he's not. He's literally not. But I could see from a football boy's perspective how he could be intimidating. He just wasn't that way when it was not with the guys.
You're just like staring at them like, what the heck?
It's like coming back from war. That was football practice. Was coming back from war. But
Yeah, but
I was not
you
even
wouldn't
in
be
it.
where you guys are without Coach. So
It was very worth it. Like our first, like sophomore year, was the first year I managed, and with Coach O new to the program, like we went farther than we thought we would because the seniors back then, like I don't know, 2022 seniors were really amazing. I definitely do miss them, and they definitely treated everyone like a family, and it was just I felt very inclusive my first year. And we definitely did go far, but not as far as we wanted to. And then with 2023, like the seniors then, like that was just a really fun experience. And it was just not the ending that we hoped, but it was so bittersweet, and I just loved it.
yeah, that was heartfelt. It got me a little teary-eyed. What's a class that you wish you took or was like introduced, like if it's a new class, introduced before this year?
Honestly, I wish I would have taken welding at some point in my high school career because I know some like freshman girls who took it and loved it, and I was like, I never took anything over there. So I feel like that would have been fun to just like do some kind of like hands-on mechanic-y or welding or
Yeah,
something.
like auto collision. Like
Yeah.
I was always so scared. I'm like, the boys are gonna judge me because like,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I've been like working around cars because of my dad. Bless my dad. But like I was just like the boys are gonna judge me and think I'm stupid because like they feel like girls don't know how to work with cars. When I mean like some girls do. I just was a little scared.
Mm-hmm.
I took welding online.
What? That's crazy. Yeah.
We sat in there, and it was Mr. Pike. He's a dog. You sit there, and you'd be like, all right, so we're going to watch a video today. It's a 15-minute video. We'd watch it, and you'd be like, all right, are you guys going to go outside today? We'd all say, yeah. All right, you guys can go. We'd get out of class at like 2 o'clock when it was our last class.
Pretty much how like weights online went. They literally had us get our brooms out and pretend to do like RDLs and hang cleans with a broom.
No, I had the...
Oh my god!
Productive.
And I remember they had made us like show our cameras and like do push-ups and all
Or
that
like jumping
stuff.
jacks.
And half of us would just lay on the ground and our chromix would like face the ceiling.
Yeah. No, I had a little story. So on weights, I had weights second semester. I didn't have it first semester, and they'd be like, "All right, so you're gonna have to do this, this, and this, and this. So whenever you guys are done, just type done in the chat, and then we'll mark you good, and you guys can leave." So it'd be like 20 sets, like 20 different things you had to do, and we would go wait for 5 minutes.
I was with you in that class.
We'd wait for 5 minutes, and everybody would go.
Done.
One person would write done.
And then everyone
Everyone's
else
just like
Done,
no,
done,
it would be
done,
like, and
done,
there'd be like
done.
100 people in the Zoom
Yes.
call, and it would just like all at once, like
Well, because
500
they had-
things.
you would say done, and then they would have to like remove you.
Mm-hmm. And then it would be one done, then just a million dones would go on. I remember one time they were like, "Yeah, you guys don't have to lift. Just all you got to do is say go Chiefs in the chat," because it was like when the Chiefs were like in the playoffs or something. I remember that. That was good.
Yeah, I kind of do wish I took like, I don't know, remember the class where it's like the construction class where you like build stuff out of like wood?
I know you're talking about what I don't know what that class is called.
It's like
woodwork.
Yeah, woodworking.
I don't remember what it's called, but like there's
Yeah.
welding, and then like
Was it CAD? Was the other one? It was like the
No.
drafting. I don't remember.
I just
oh
remember
no,
like when
something
we
like
were
that.
in 8th grade and toured the school or whatever, they like were building like some giant like dog house or like mini barn or something. I thought it
Is
was
it
really
building
cool.
trades maybe?
Maybe that's
I think
honestly
it's
what it is.
it's called.
Somebody did a video on. I think it's building trades. They build dog houses every
Yeah.
semester.
I thought that was so cool. I wish I took it.
I've never been in the ACT or the ATC.
ACT.
ATC, yeah, same thing. I've never been in there. I never took a class. I took welding, and that was it. And it was only during online, so I never went in there.
I haven't been there since 8th grade.
Yeah, me neither.
Take photos and that's it. Never been.
That building is kind of like ignored,
Mhm.
like low key. Like
You're either in there forever or you're never in there.
yeah, I'm never in there, unfortunately.
Who's your favorite teacher that you've had?
Ooh, that's really good. That is. Ooh.
I'm gonna say 2. For actual like core classes, Mr. Cochran. It's the best like enriching class I've ever taken, and I learned so much. But then also Coach Riley or Coach Trowbridge. He's, I don't know, as a coach, he's a really really good coach, and so is Coach Cochran. But Mr. Cochran was a really really good like teacher and making you like want to be involved in a like hard class to begin with. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, I love Coach Riley. Like Coach Riley definitely is a good like one-on-one talker. Like I remember senior year during football practice, and he had a deep one-on-one conversation with me about like senior year, me being senior class president, thinking about like senior gifts that we could give to the school, and it was a good like one-on-one conversation. I have like a handful of teachers that I like absolutely love. I just don't know who to pick.
Keep going. Who's your favorite teacher?
I feel Schulte, who runs this class, she's pretty cool. But if I were to ultimately choose like my favorite all the years, it's probably D Craft. He was my JV head coach, and then the offensive coordinator for football, and he was my health teacher. And I don't know, he was funny, and then like you'd do your lesson, then he'd actually talk to you about like actual stuff instead of just being like a teacher. Like talk to him like a friend instead of like a actual teacher. Then I took naps in the class, and he didn't care, so that was nice.
For health, and we were in like where they have the nurse's office now. That's where we had health class, but it's all windows in the back. And there was a day that we all like collectively, all 30 of us, like took our phones and like been making the sunshine like from our phones, and they were going all around the classroom, and he got so mad. And then I just remember some of the kids like kept shining it in his face, and I'd never seen him so mad before, but everyone was laughing, and then he just kind of laughed at us and was like,
I saw him at state because he was there, and then he didn't have his beard, so he looked weird.
It looks kind of weird, but I low-key like I saw him and I was like, oh my gosh, I really miss him.
No, I have him as my Chromebook background. He was on. I don't have my Chromebook. It's in the classroom, but it's Garrett Bergman. I don't remember if you guys know him. He was the football player. He has Bergen Outdoors YouTube channel. He had D-Craft on there for an episode or whatever, and it's just D-Craft holding like a little fish like he's like with his big old beard and his sunglasses. That was my background until they changed it for the
rude.
Yeah, the Chromebook, the Chromebook turn-in. Yeah. That like really brought me back to like senior year. I was like, yikes. But
Senior year? Freshman year? Wait.
no, well, because we have like a Chromebook, like like the Chromebook homepage, like without all the icons, like the background was changed to like our Chromebook turn-ins for seniors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely ruined my back screen. Like I loved it. But I would definitely say one of my favorite teachers is definitely Cochran. He's a really good like teacher, like educational teacher. And then my favorite overall teachers is Miss Kier. I can talk to Miss Kier about anything and she'll listen. Love Miss Kier.
What is your favorite / funniest class moment or class you've taken? If that makes any sense. Like
The D-Craft one was a good one for this question.
Field bio was a really funny class because it was the weirdest mix of people. And I love Mr. Batterby because I had him for honors bio my freshman year. And then when we came in person, he like trapped all of the freshmen in the corner and like made us sit by ourselves, and then everyone else got to sit together on the other side of the classroom. And then that's when we took field bio, and I had like a few friends in the class, but then we like the whole class kind of became friends, but it was literally the weirdest mix of people ever. But like when we went out to like this pond creek thing, we all like got in the creek and played in it, and it was really fun. So that was a really fun class.
I like this class. We had a trip recently. It was to what was it? KSPA.
JEA, KSPA,
KSPA
convention.
It was in Kansas City. We stayed there for 2 nights.
Yeah.
And it was all of us. It was Aaron was there, our camera boy over here, And I don't know, it was fun. We just like went to different conferences and they talked about journalism and all that type of stuff, and we just learned a bunch of stuff. But it was fun because you could just like walk around. You like walked around Kansas City with just four other kids. We just
Yep. They started calling me Miss Ryan because they were like children.
Mrs. Beck, because she was being the mom of the group because we were
I'm
little
not
children.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, that was Zane and
Not
Ozzy.
Joe.
Zane and Ozzy were being very. Aaron was all right. I was all right.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I just
And Ryan lost her mind at the end of it because she was being the mom.
I definitely feel that. I would too.
5 kids, 5 people acting like children.
It's horrible.
horrible. Oh,
I don't really know. Like, guys, I'm gonna be honest. Like, everything is such a blur. Like, high school went by so quick that it's just I don't remember like anything of it. Like if you see inside of my mind, like it's blank. But I would probably say I don't know. Like either when I had Mr. Cochran as a teacher, we had a lot of funny moments there, or Miss Kier, because I've had Miss Kier for 2 years now, and classes like that really do change your life.
How would you change a school for like next year's seniors? Or what would you change about your like senior year, like something that is a staple?
I don't like the early release. I feel like it's beneficial. But like I feel like it's difficult for people who don't have a ride home or like especially like little kids. But like I feel like late start would also not help. I don't know.
I don't like early release because of the sports after. You have to wait for all the teachers to get out. That's dumb.
Especially like my brother who's a freshman. Like either we have to try to leave, except for it takes like half an hour to get out of the school parking lot, and then I have to bring him back, or he just has to sit here for an hour and a half, and that's just so unproductive. I would say our freshman sophomore year, the seniors had like senior lunch tables, and they put them up in the mezzanine, and the seniors could go and sit up there like just with their senior friends. I feel like that would be fun. Like you don't have to, but like if you wanted to, you could go have like your own little spot to sit. That would be just like a fun little like seniors have their own space. Yeah.
I think that would kind of make it group like clique-ish. If that makes any sense.
That's why I feel like I don't really remember. I just remember always thinking like, oh, the seniors are cool because they got to go sit up there. As a underclassman, I didn't really care that I wasn't up there. But I also remember a lot of seniors would come and stay down and sit with their friends, like if they had like underclassmen friends that they sat with. But we also like had the really weird desks though, so there was never anywhere to sit because we had the like individual desks rather than the like lunch tables. So you weren't really sitting with people; you just like had your own space.
Remember
that was like 4 feet away from someone else.
Yeah, they tried to like make it like assigned seating, but nobody even listened to it.
Yeah, nobody even sit
And the desks were different every single day. They'd be like slightly shifted or like not in the same row or anything.
Because everyone kind of sat in the same spot, and like it was just orderly fashion. I also did not like the one-way hallways.
Oh yeah,
that was annoying.
Because like if
sometimes they'd mandate it and sometimes they wouldn't. But you would get trampled if you tried to go the other way.
Oh yeah.
On my first day, I had to get to it was in the freshman wing, like who was it? It was Miss Keyser's old math room, and you had to walk around like that little loop to get in there. I walked around it. I was like, huh, where's the class? And I passed it, so I had to walk in the loop again. Then Coach Walters like, you okay, son? You good? Are you lost? I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to go to math.
Because like it was just so inconvenient. Like you just wanted to cut through, but you couldn't because they're like, you guys can't do that.
Yeah, it'd be hard in the art hall because I'd have like, there was a time I had 2 art classes at once, and one was at the end of the art hall and one was on the other end, except for my first hour was like at the end of the one-way direction. So if I got done with that class, I couldn't walk the like 10 feet the other direction. I had to go all the way around by the band room and come back around to go to my class. Cause I don't know, it was just annoying.
I think I would also change like the transition from like COVID to like junior year, because that was like we were like babied during COVID, so like our freshman, sophomore year, and then junior year, like I personally felt like I was just hit by a truck. Like junior year was like really like pretty hard to like fully like I don't know, like adapt to.
Mm-hmm.
But I just felt It might have just been me.
So, what advice do you have to like freshmen incoming?
My biggest thing would be don't be afraid to get involved. It was a little scary for us because like we really didn't have anything going in, but like for football managing, like I wish I could have started that my freshman year, but like there wasn't a good opportunity, and then you kind of feel like after you start your sophomore year, like well I'm already kind of a year behind, like people are already starting that, or like they're involved, and so like don't be afraid to go and like introduce yourself to coaches or teachers or the leaders of clubs and like ask more information. Also that like the freshman club day where like they have a little different tables, everyone's like oh that's so silly, but like it really is a good way to like see what clubs are doing and like how they're making a difference in the school or like what they're doing to make a difference in the school. And then also just like who's a part of that, and you can make some new friends that way.
I feel like freshmen should like feel like they shouldn't have to fit in to what everyone is doing. Like everyone's different, and like with new like generations or trends and all that stuff, like don't feel like you have to fit in, and definitely do explore like out of your comfort zone, because you'll find something that you'll probably love than you thought you would back then.
I think you need to like find like a class. Like this one I really like. Like you have to find like a I don't know how to say it, like one of the big classes, like yearbook. You can do this video production. You can do I don't know what the other ones. You can do big on the ATC classes,
Or
all
like
those.
art classes, like
Art
ceramics.
classes,
Like if
yeah.
you like ceramics, you can take that as many times as you want.
Theater classes.
Yeah,
Theater
literally, there's so
classes,
many. Just like find something that you really like that you could continue to take, and like find other people who also like to do those things.
Like an outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And definitely like hang on to like stuff that you feel like I don't know, like you might not love, but you'll definitely like enjoy it later on. Like as a senior, like well, when you get to like senior year, you'll like definitely feel like, oh, like like I wish I didn't like drop this, or I wish I didn't like not continue, because you'll eventually love it again. Like honestly, like how a lot of like football is sports, like you may not enjoy it, but like your senior year is like one of your best years.
Don't fail classes, so you can go part time this year.
True.
Thank you for watching this episode of Blazer Bites with our seniors. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube at Blazer News Center, and see you guys next year.